If you know anything about me, it's probably that I'm a high school math teacher and thus a big nerd, that I've been bitten by the photography bug, and that I do everything I can to encourage people to vote and be an advocate for what they believe in. I also have a tendency to rail against hypocrisy. I'm fine with having a policy disagreement. I'm not fine with inconsistency. That's the underlying reason why I'm going to be participating in the No Kings movement in downtown San Antonio this afternoon. If I didn't, then I would be the hypocrite and I would be the one not being consistent. That this particular moment is primarily focused on immigration is not news. A person may commit an illegal act, a person cannot be illegal. If we were to look at a satellite view of Earth from just a few hundred miles in orbit, most of us would have a difficult time drawing the border between Mexico and the United States with any degree of accuracy. Do we need to have meaningful, comprehensive immigration reform? Of course. Should we be actively working to find and adjudicate violent criminals? Of course. If and only after that due process it is found that a criminal does not have legal status in this country, should they be deported? Of course. Should we be arresting and deporting people that have been here for many years, raised a family, paid taxes, and have contributed to their community? Should we be deporting high school students that were brought here as very young children and have only known life in America? Should we be detaining foreign college students because they have views that we may disagree with? Of course not. But there is so much more than just immigration at stake right now. We are on a financial cliff, and the big, beautiful bill will only make matters worse. Cuts to the social safety net to help pay for tax cuts that will primarily help the top 1% is not the way forward. Does something have to be done? Yes. If nothing is passed at all of our taxes will increase. Now, I know I'm in the tiny minority, but if raising taxes actually meant funding Medicare and Medicaid and SNAP, if raising taxes meant moving to a single-payer healthcare system for everyone, if raising taxes would allow our high school students to pursue any career or college degree without fear of staggering debt, if raising taxes would result in making meaningful moves to eliminate the use of fossil fuels, if raising taxes meant an end to gun violence and school shootings, then sign me the fuck up. And so I'm going downtown today to say to Donald Trump and Stephen Miller and Greg Abbott and Ted Cruz and the rest of them that I will not be silent. I will advocate for those who are rightfully afraid, and I will stand because in America there are no kings.